What's up, online shoppers? Do you have a furry friend that would love an upgrade to his or her water bowl? Well, I have a solution. This one here is the Papifeed battery operated or power motion sensor water fountain, and it is awesome. Now this one here has a 3-liter capacity, which means you can get a lot of water in here. So if you're going on a trip, it's a way for you to make sure that your furry friend has enough water while you are gone. Now let's take it out of the box and see what it looks like. Now, one of the things that really appealed to me about this was the convenience of having either battery or power, which is really cool. So this is the fountain as you see it, and you can see that there's this little holding dish right here. So what it does is it dispenses a certain amount of water and it bubbles it up and puts it right here so that the cat can drink. Now it's motion censored, so it picks up movements and it turns on when your kitty or your puppy is coming near the bowl. So here we go. You can see this here is the pump right here. It's got an intake and it even has a little filter right there to filter any debris that might end up in the water. Inside of the package, you also get all of the components. This here is your motion sensor. When your furry friend walks by, it activates the fountain and stimulates them to come over and have a nice drink of fresh water. This has 2 options. You can either put in a USB power cord right here, or you can pull this down right here and put in 4 AA batteries. I love the convenience of that. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to fill it with water and I'm going to put in some batteries for this. Batteries go right in here like that. We're going to close it up with a little cover. There we go, nice and tight. Now there's a little hook right here and it's actually gonna fit right into this little spot right here. And there's some instructions on the back. It says to turn this on, 1 long press will turn it on. And when I do that, you see that there's actually like a little button that turns on, and that's your indicator that it's on and that it's gonna sense motion. Plugs in just like that. This is going to be what catches the motion as your kitty comes by to investigate and get a drink. Now inside this little bag, we have some filter discs right here. We have replacement filters to go inside of the pump right there. So this can be used battery operated, but it can also be used with a USB, and they even give you a plug to go along with your USB cord, and that is uncommon these days. So you just have to plug it in here, there, like that. You remember at the back there was an option to plug in on this side here for your power like this. So then you can plug this into the wall if you want to, but we're gonna use battery this time. And on this side here, there's a little USB port. There we go. We just disconnected that. Put in one of the filter discs right here. Goes in like that. And then I can reconnect this like that. Goes in. Make sure you line up this little square so that when you put it in like that, everything fits really nice. Put that right there for a second. I'm gonna undo the cord. Now this is your pump. So your pump is going to plug in on this side here via USB. Plug that in just like that. You can see it's nicely connected. I'm gonna reconnect that on here. Now that we have everything assembled in here, we're just going to assemble this to the pump. And I have to tell you, it's already vibrating because it's picked up the motion from me moving around. So we're just gonna put that in there. It just pushes in like that with pressure, and then it's gonna go into the pump. There we go. We've put it back all assembled like that. Now you also have the option to put this in also for the water to come out if that is how you choose to use it. Now all I have to do is put some water in here. I've got some water to put in, and all I'm going to do is just lift this up, put the water in like that, make a massive mess on my table, submerge the pump like this, and look at that. It automatically dispenses the water. And then there's an overflow as well. So if you get too much, the water just flows back through here, through the filter. Now you can also do this, which will allow the water to come up. So I'm gonna start it again, and you see the water will bubble, and you've got this really awesome little effect of burbling. Now cats are attracted by the motion and the flow of what you've got going, and it's just really cool. Now noise-wise, it's super, super quiet. Now let's talk about a couple of the features. First of all, it has 360-degree leak-proof design, which is going to reduce your worries about water being spilled and there being a problem with water on the floor. Translucent material here, so you can actually see the water level and know when you have to refill it. This little box, as I said before, holds 3 liters of water. As the water's dispensed and it flows out, there's this little collection tray, but if the cat doesn't drink all all of that. The water is going to drain through this little ridge right here, and then you don't have to worry about overflow. Now, these filter pads here are supposed to be good for about 15 days, and then you have to replace them. Now, a little tip for you, before you put this into the filter, I would suggest you put it under running water and really give it a good rinse, because as I've assembled this, I see a little bit of fibers from the filter. You can eliminate that by making sure you give it a good rinse under cool water before you install it into the filter itself. Now, the construction of the filters is actually really cool. There is a pre-filter sponge layer. In between the middle there's actually a really nice little cotton layer that's super fine, and then the bottom is activated carbon, and that helps to keep everything purified. Now, the only recommendation they make about this is if you have hard water, that you should clean this about once a week, help prevent the buildup from happening. Now, the cool thing about this is as your kitty approaches, the motion is what turns the filter on. Lovely, quiet, burbling noise, and it is really, really quiet, so it's not going to be something that's disruptive in your environment. I love that this is super easy to assemble and disassemble. Cleaning is really easy. All the parts just pop into each other. It's not hard to make it move. It's not hard to clean, which means if it's not hard, it's going to be something you don't dread doing. I am really impressed with this little water filter. Definitely a win for me. Now, I will say this, I am certain that my kitties are gonna love this little water filter. The gentle burbling noise, the fact that it's motion activated, I know when they walk by it, they're gonna be like, what is that? And they're gonna go over and love drinking from it. Here is my little sweetie pie having something to drink. He absolutely loves this water fountain. I love that there's no overflows on it. If you are looking for a water fountain for your kitty, you have the option of USB power or batteries. You have this great 3-liter capacity. You've got really nice filters that help to keep the water in tip-top, great tasting shape for your kitty. This Papifeed Fresh Taste water fountain, definitely gonna be a family favorite at my house.